Hey, it's day 171 of Hey, what are you doing today? Got a hurricane coming up, and it's just been just a just a wet couple days, man. It's been raining nonstop. Got really cold yesterday, and it's continued in through today. So I got this constant just drizzle going on. I mean, it's a mess, clouds all over the place, just gloomy. But just interesting. It's interesting to see the weather. It makes me think of when one of the first few things I came across when this little endeavor, this little project started going more into like the self development side of it versus the starting a business side of it, which again just has become a huge element of that starting a business. I truly believe that. I truly believe it's something that I would have been lacking had I gone into business for myself and not have developed myself properly. I could, just very easily explode, blow up, throw it all away, and walk away. And I think that this is the things that I've learned as far as having integrity, being resilient. Just becoming a force, so many different elements of having a strong character, and I think it's a huge necessity in being a successful business owner or business person of any kind. I mean, some people can have great success without being very ethical, I'm sure, but I guess the question is, can they enjoy that success? If somebody that has gotten earn a lot of money by taking advantage of a situation or of people or lying or whatever the case might be, do they ever really sit down and have that sense of just that sense of I don't know what the word is, but the good feeling that comes from knowing that you did something correctly, you did something right, and you have a value, you have an inherent value in the world. You've left a mark in some regard. And I'm going to go off on a couple tangents here, because now that I mentioned that, it reminds me of, I believe yesterday I was talking about character. Comes from the Greek word for meaning chisel. And again, this is just stuff that I've heard. I haven't researched it, so I don't have any factual information on it. But to think that you know some people really view character as an art form and really go out of their way to do everything they can to strengthen their character, strengthen their will, strengthen their integrity, just strengthen all that. And that's just such a beautiful concept that I hadn't really come across, and now it's really become a large component of what I'm doing. Not only am I trying to sculpt or change my physical features, as well as my physical feeling, my physical body in general, and all that comes with that, all that's tied into that. But also just trying to chisel and work on my mental and my character in general, everything that encapsulates. But just to think of that as an art form, really working on ourselves as people, it's something I've never come across, and here it was handed to me the other day, and it's just wow, just a mind-boggling piece of just a mind-boggling thought, a mind-boggling concept that it's I live my life pretty shallowly. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's definitely not something I'm proud of, but it's been a pretty shallow existence. I think there were times when I felt in my mind I was stronger or higher or better than other people, kind of thing. But really, when it came down to it, I was living in the dark. There's no doubt about it. With what I've the information that I've started taking on here just within the last 171 days of my life. I mean, to think it's such a. Hold on a second. Oh, anyway, but it is. It's just a huge element of life that nobody ever talked to me about. I never came across anybody that I've come across people that were on health kicks or exercise kicks or wanting to be successful or all those different elements, but never have I come across somebody that was on a character kick and wanting to strengthen their character. Well, here I am on that path, so I'll share it with anybody out there that would happen to watch this. The other thing that came to me today was how to stay hungry. I noticed that I go through kind of ups and downs. Sometimes I'm super pumped and super hungry. The nice thing is that I'm maintaining it. I'm maintaining it 171 days in, and I still have a path. I still have a direction. And I still have a goal, and I'm still working on it. But how do I stay hungry? How does what's in that? And on a side note, I started, I gave myself 30 days to get the business up and going, kind of on a faux level. Just to investigate everything I need to do, really, to get the business up and going, communicate with people, and as if I only had 30 days. And you know what? I'm 2 days in, and I've done a bit, but I really realized that if I want to take it seriously, I need to really crunch it. Really need to get some things going and investigate this in every way, shape, possible. But the interesting thing is that once I opened up the door, information just kind of flooded in. And I think that's probably true about a lot of things. Once perhaps, once we ask, all of a sudden all these outlets keep opening up. Like with what I'm doing, the situation is just so unexpected. All these things that are coming to me. I asked for things. I specifically put out 2 things that I wanted to do, but all this other information is coming to me, and it's just such valid and valuable information. But I guess how to stay hungry is just to keep a little taste of achievement on the tongue at all times. If I were to go, 2 or 3 days wallowing in defeat, not having any fresh new information, not doing what I need to be doing, and what I've set up for myself, or those kind of things, I could totally see it all falling apart. But if I just even if I just go a day and just have one little morsel of new fresh knowledge that's powerful and usable towards the concept, I think that's enough of a reward. That's enough of the carrot to get up the next day and chase the carrot. And another thing too, just to kind of highlight this, and I'm gonna make a little note of this. I was kind of slacking on getting up on time and hitting the snooze button, and ever since I got, well, it's only been 2 days, but it's been 2 just kind of powerful, clean feeling days. It's pouring down rain, business is slow, but on the flip side, I've been getting up, without but anyway, just that one little simple task, and waking up on the right foot, waking up with an accomplishment, waking up with success, as silly as that sounds. What that does, getting up at 6 in the morning, which isn't extremely early for some people. I'm sure some people get up 2 or 3 in the morning for whatever reason, but it's something where it's an achievement for me. The point is not hitting the snooze button, not wallowing in that feeling that some of us get in between waking up and actually getting our asses out of bed. I'm wallowing in that feeling, and don't get me wrong. It feels great to sit there and lay in bed for another 20 minutes to half an hour, or whatever the case is. However, I notice that those days when I get up like that, then I'm in a rush. I don't have time to really do what I need to do. My concentration is a little bit off, and that's how the day begins, and it just kind of comes down that road. So 6 in the morning, boom, and the alarm goes off, and I know that my first achievement is to put my feet on the ground and get going. What that does, I've got 30 minutes of where I can wake up, but be awake, if that makes sense. So get up, walk around, have a bottle of water, some coffee, and then start studying, get some kind of motivation going, get the juices going. There's my daily routine now. There's a prayer I have in the morning, kind of a daily affirmation. I write 10 goals for the day, and the goals aren't so much goals; they're more just objectives that I want to complete. Something as simple as don't get angry at anybody, don't retaliate, don't criticize, don't do something nice for someone. Just some very basic goals, nothing too extreme. That might grow into more constructive things. Not that those are not constructive, but they're not. I don't want to make it sound like I've got 10 things that I have to do for the day. They're more like 10 ideals that I want to hold myself to. Um, but I go over all those things, and I watch a little motivational piece, and at that point, I've got half an hour of peace of quiet, just all, the world is just mine in my living room kind of thing, and that sets me up perfectly for a nice run. The runs are better then too. I don't feel like I've only got 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I feel like I can stretch it out if I want to and relax. The other thing that I do, that I've been doing, is I get everything ready the night before. I do as much as I can the night before so that I don't have to do it in the morning. Even it's something as silly as picking out the clothes for the next day, or packing lunch for the next day, or just whatever it is. I get everything kind of lined up, ready to go. That's my routine. So I need to get back into. I haven't been playing the trumpet. I know that's unbelievable, but I haven't been. I need to get back into it. So I haven't been lifting weights either. I've still been getting my push-ups, but it's something I need to get going. I was gonna do it last night, and unfortunately there was an interesting football game going on, and that's my excuse. And excuses are so weak, they really are. But I let myself have that evening, and I'm not totally against that. I'm not totally against letting myself have little things like that. So we go home tonight, and we'll throw some weights around, and play some trumpet, get that back on board. But anyway, that's day 171. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.